and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, February the 2nd, 2021. I'm Andrew Todd. Happy Groundhog Day. In tonight's news, extra money is coming to local school systems, city leaf pickups are ending, and we have some suggestions of tax deductions to look for while waiting to file your federal income taxes. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Now open in Tullahoma, Parkview Senior Living, a luxurious retirement community designed for active seniors. Choose an apartment home that's truly inspired and have peace of mind knowing our caring and friendly staff is dedicated to your safety and well-being. We offer an abundance of amenities and services, and you're not required to buy in or be locked into anything. Call us today to learn more about our new Tullahoma location.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. The Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act was signed into law on December 27, 2020, and provides an additional $54.3 billion for the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund. The department will award these grants to state educational agencies for the purpose of providing emergency relief funds to address the impact that COVID-19 has had and continues to have on elementary and secondary schools across the nation. Local area school systems are in line to receive a large payment of these funds from the U.S. Department of Education for their elementary and secondary schools. Coffee County schools will receive $3,727,222. Manchester City schools are set to receive $1,347,321. And Tullahoma City schools will receive $3,151,299, or approximately 9% of their yearly operating budget in this one-time payout. Manchester City Schools Director of Schools Dr. Joey Vaughn said that the smaller initial ESSER money was more restricted in its use. The new money can be used for additional applications, including the broad designation of addressing learning loss, school facility repairs, and improvements, in addition to the earlier approved uses. The spending plan must be submitted by the 1st of March, but when it comes to allocating funds and amending the spending plan after it's submitted, it is much more fluid than the disbursement of 2020. The money does not have to be spent within the fiscal year like many grants require and can be held through 2023. Funds can also be applied retroactively to cover budget losses like paying cafeteria losses, additional sick leave pay, one-time non-reoccurring costs, or long-term investments. The State Department of Education is urging schools to use some of the funds to help finance the Governor Bill Lee's so-called fully funded summer learning loss program. Proposed summer camp reading and support plan from the state is the state's proposed plan to address learning loss. The program would be separate from after-school programs. The governor's work in progress programs would call for 4 to 6 weeks of summer learning, 4 hours a day. Districts can develop their own program as long as it meets the state guidelines. Less Learning Loss Redemption Program would be funded in part by the Lottery for Education After-School Program Grant Fund and the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families Program. A separate appropriations bill will allocate an additional $67 million to implement the learning loss proposal. And we'll be right back after these messages.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Many Tennesseans are wondering, do masks really fight the spread of COVID-19? A recent study shows they do. 2 hairstylists worked for several days with respiratory symptoms and serviced patrons in close contact. Both stylists later tested positive for COVID-19. 139 clients were exposed to coronavirus after being in direct contact. Both stylists and their customers opted to wear masks. No COVID-19 symptoms were identified among the 139 exposed clients or their secondary contacts. Out of the clients that were tested, all tested negative for COVID-19. Face it, masks fight COVID-19.
Welcome back. Ashley Abraham of the Highway 55 United Way spoke with news leaders Peggy Burton about what the United Way does and how it helps local nonprofits and residents.
We support the citizens of Coffee, Moore, and Warren County by increasing access to education, income, health, and basic essentials, which I know is very broad, but we connect with our local nonprofits in those 3 counties. They have to serve those 3 counties. This year we allocate funds to 16 local nonprofits.
That's quite a bit of...
It is, and that's a lot of different missions. They all do different things. The Shepherd's House is the homeless, and Partners for Healing is the working uninsured.
Right.
So there's 16 different missions there that we allocate funds yearly. Now we do this every year. We do a allocations call, which means that we interview anybody that wants to, any 501c3
right.
that wants to apply for this so-called grant. They can yearly. We usually do it in the spring, every spring. So it's not the same 16 every year. And it's not 16. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Yeah, and I think our goal is to know, we want more and new nonprofits to apply.
Sure.
We want, and I know there's...
So if there are some people out there that are wanting to apply, they can just contact that, call that number.
Call the number.
I was thinking I was looking at a website, but we don't have a website there
well,
yet.
Our
you probably have one.
Yes, our website is highway55unitedway.org. Yes, okay. It's just switched. I don't know. It's highway55unitedway.org. So you can go on that now and find out, and you can look at our 16 local nonprofits that we allocate funds to. It has information. The application will be on there.
So do you have a certain criteria for people that want to apply?
Yes, they have to. They do have to turn in certain financial things and proof that they're 501c3. I think they have to be a 501c3 for a year or more, just so we make sure they're established.
Yeah.
But there are some criteria. They do have to fill out the application online, or I can send it to them. But once we send this out, usually I'll send it out in the newspapers, on social media, every means necessary to get the information out to our nonprofits so they know about it.
Right. So, and I'm sure there's several people that don't realize that they
could
possibly get some extra help, and they may be hurting a lot.
And this has definitely been an interesting time for any nonprofit at all. I mean, it's been hard to fundraise, and we felt that too. But luckily, we've reached out to a lot of their business owners and the community just for help in that. And luckily, we were still able to allocate the $40,000 to the 16 local nonprofits this past year.
That's wonderful.
Yes,
it's pretty amazing that you were able to pull that off in this pandemic year.
And I think we have an amazing community. We really do, full of so many caring individuals, and I really do think they see the need. And the big thing is, if we weren't able to allocate those funds, then those nonprofits would not be maybe able to carry on their missions in the community, which is...
And all of these missions or activities are what validates us as a wonderful place to live.
Exactly. And it strengthens our community. But we also have started up our workshops. And
what is that?
Yes. So we did these in the past, but through United Way, it's a nonprofit assistant clinic, NAC, which offers free training programs through United Way, consulting to nonprofit professionals. So it could be around grant writing, and
so you're helping people learn to do all these things to help boost up their organization.
Exactly.
Tullahoma's own Greg English has been named the top assistant principal in the state, school officials announced. English was named the Assistant Principal of the Year by the Tennessee Association of Secondary School Principals and will go on to represent the state of Tennessee in the national level competition. At last week's Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, Greg received recognition from the board and then made these comments.
Congratulations, Dr. English, and I will give you the floor, and you may have a word to say to tell us how you became so popular with all the students, and you're being recognized by your superior there, Dr. Quick, and talk to us about your career a little bit.
Well, of course, as he mentioned, I was in fine arts for the teaching part of my career. I was the West Middle Choir Director, and then the middle school band director, and then, of course, the high school band director, and was the first Tullahoma Fine Arts Coordinator for the system. Tullahoma City Schools is just a great place to work. Being in that band directing world, I had lots of colleagues in other systems, and I've known for a long time that there's really just no other place that I want to be. As far as being the assistant principal of the year, there's no magic there. I show up every day and I try to do what's right. I try to take care of our students. Try to advise them as best I can to make good decisions and stay on that path towards walking across that stage after 4 years. So it's a great place to work. I work with great people, and I greatly appreciate the support I've received from Mr. Quick this year. I greatly appreciate the nomination, and I'm excited to represent our city, our school system, and specifically Tullahoma High School as I move forward into the national competition.
That's wonderful. Dr. English, Tullahoma is certainly proud to have you in our community. You're such an asset to the community. You're a major reason why Tullahoma is recognized as having one of the better school systems in the state. So again, congratulations and good luck in your national competition.
Thank you, sir.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. Growing, growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. Yesterday, Governor Bill Lee removed attendance restrictions on high school sporting events. We now go to that video announcement.
Hey Tennesseans, I want to share some good news with you today. Just over a month ago, I stood before you and told you that we had the worst COVID numbers of any state in the country. Our hospitalizations were climbing and we needed to take action. I asked Tennesseans to take personal responsibility, to change the way that we did Christmas and New Year's gatherings. And Tennesseans responded. Today, as I stand before you, our case counts have dropped around 60%. Our hospitalizations have fallen about 40%. By making smart decisions like wearing a mask and keeping your distance and limiting gatherings around the holidays, your efforts have made a significant difference in fighting COVID-19. We've worked to follow the data in every decision we made. When case counts were at their highest, we placed targeted restrictions on public gatherings and attendance at school sporting events. The data now reflects rapidly falling numbers, and because of that data, we're lifting those restrictions on Monday, February the 1st. That means the temporary restrictions placed on winter sporting events at K-12 schools are rolled back, and there are no further restrictions on who can attend or participate in school sporting events. Now, this pandemic is not over, and we have to continue to be smart and keep embracing those little habits that make a big difference, like wearing a mask and social distancing.
The City of Tullahoma Public Works Department is nearing the completion of leaf pickup service. Public Works has stated its final round of curbside leaf collections. Residents are asked to have the leaves curbside immediately. Director of Public Works Butch Taylor said all residential areas have been serviced at least 3 times during the leaf pickup cycle, and that once they complete leaf season, the leaf boxes will be removed from the dump trucks so they can be used for other projects. Leaves should be raked as close to the street or existing ditches as possible, but not into the street or ditch. If there is a ditch, leaves should be left on the property owner's side of the ditch. Crews will gather all leaves raked for collection in this manner. Check your schedule at the city's website, tullahomatn.gov, or contact the Public Works Department at 454-1768. Residents are asked to keep in mind that the schedule is not precise, but a guide to show how the work is progressing. Taylor added that after this last cycle, the city will pick up leaves if they are bagged in biodegradable green bags and placed at the curb. One call to Public Works at 454-1768, and your bags will be picked up within 72 hours. These bags are then composted and mulched. Some helpful tips to make your leaf pickup easier for everyone. Please rake your leaves in piles not exceeding 2 feet in depth. Please do not place your leaves more than 5 feet from the curb or shoulder. Please do not block storm drain inlets. Please do not mix tree limbs, stumps, metal, lumber, or any other debris with your leaves. This may injure city employees or damage the equipment. And after these messages, we'll be right back with more News Leader.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stamping Nab Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stem McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stem McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing.
Welcome back. The IRS has pushed back the first day to file your 2020 tax returns until February 12th of this year, but the final day to submit your return is still April 15th. Many Americans use their tax refund to help pay off Christmas spending and file as soon as possible, so this means the IRS will be bombarded right off the bat with millions of returns on the first day. Here's a video from the IRS about the Earned Income Tax Credit that gets millions of Americans a nice bonus on their returns. It might be something viewers should investigate during the extra time you have to file.
If you didn't make a lot of money last year, you might be able to claim the Earned Income Tax Credit when you file your taxes. You don't need to have any children to qualify, but if you do, the credit can be worth several $1,000s. To qualify, your income must fall within certain limits. New this tax season, you may choose to use your 2019 earned income to figure your EITC if it was more than your 2020 earned income. Unemployment benefits are not earned income and can't be used to claim the EITC, but they are taxable income and may affect the amount of EITC a person may get. You must have a valid Social Security number. You must be a U.S. citizen or a resident alien all year. Also, you can use any filing status except married filing separately. To find out more about the credit, including whether you qualify, visit irs.gov/EITC assistant.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living program tonight at 6:30 p.m. Gosh, why can't I do this? And don't forget to tune into this week's Living show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Susan Johnson from the Isaiah 117 House, Pastor Elmore Torbett, and Macy Tabor. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Now open in Tullahoma, Parkview Senior Living, a luxurious retirement community designed for active seniors. Choose an apartment home that's truly inspired and have peace of mind knowing our caring and friendly staff is dedicated to your safety and well-being. We offer an abundance of amenities and services, and you're not required to buy in or be locked into anything. Call us today to learn more about our new Tullahoma location.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party, but things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her, and now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast, starting with your weather history at this date. Our record high was in 2016 at 73 degrees. The record low was in 1951 at -9 degrees. The average high for this day is 48 and the average low is 29. Partly cloudy for tonight with a low of 24. Sunny skies for Wednesday with a high of 44 and a low of 28, and mostly cloudy on Thursday with a high of 54 and a low of 38. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.